Fam! Geek Ghost Gamertop on the microphone, broadcasting to the FGC. And fam, can we make one thing clear? The fighting game renaissance is here to stay. Like, we have firmly agreed that the fighting game renaissance of 2025 is in good hands. We have new fighting games that are leveraging what the FGC wants from a fighting game. Games like 2XKO, Marvel TOKON, it's an awesome time. But what about the old classic fighting games that we all know and love? Games like SOULCALIBUR, Dead or Alive. Fam, we need to raise the question, what happens when we bring back our old favorite games? So fam, join me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages as we dive into what would happen if our old favorites came back for another round into their illustrious fighting game franchises. As said at the top, new games have dominated the fighting game scene. And who's at the forefront of the ever-changing gaming landscape? Indie fighting games. Yes fam, games like Marvel TOKON, 2XKO, Hollow Knights, and the what have yous. But quietly, long-standing fighting game franchises are coming into the gaming scene they once dominated. Games like Fatal Fury City of the Wolves that came out back in April, Virtua Fighter 6 also made a seemingly huge splash as of late, as quiet as it may have. And fam, who doesn't want to see their old favorite fighting games having a second breath of life? We've seen games from long-standing gaming franchises come back, some even remastered for new gaming platforms, like the recently Neo Geo Premium Collection bringing back real BOUT 2 and KIZUNA Encounter. But what other games can get a sudden revival? Let's have a look-see into which games can come back from the island of fighting game obscurity. First, Dead or Alive. Yes fam, Team Ninja's DOA still has a strong presence in the FGC, as the game's characters are all iconic. Gameplay mechanics are simplistic and fun. The main DOA game franchise has been absent since 2019, with Dead or Alive 5, as the game studio has had its then director Yohei Shimbori leaving the studio company in 2020. Although a spin-off dating game was released back in March of 2025, Venus Vacation Prism, Dead or Alive Extreme, it's still a huge void left in the hearts of the FGC. But all's not lost however, as the gaming studio's new leadership, headed by Fumiko Yasuda, has stated that the 2025 FGC scene looks bright. But what about SOULCALIBUR? Yep, SOULCALIBUR. The Bandai Namco's second mainline game is also seemingly quiet. The FGC is clamoring for a SOULCALIBUR game in 2025 to measure out the high demand of classic fighting games. But unfortunately, with the FGC voicing for the game to come back, the studio's main focus is currently Tekken, especially Tekken 8. Add insult to injury, the team behind SOULCALIBUR has since disbanded, leaving its future for a possible SOULCALIBUR 7 uncertain after SOULCALIBUR 6 was a favorite hit behind Tekken. The other games that seriously need a comeback is BLAZBLUE. Yes, Arc System Works' 2D RPG and fighting game was an awesome rave for the FGC, but with the focus being on the collaboration with Marvel Games on the exciting Marvel TOKON, Arc System's work on the main BLAZBLUE game has concluded. However, with the Entropy Effect mobile game gaining momentum, and a PC release roadmap is on the cards for possibly at the end of 2025, and with its mainline game BLAZBLUE, Central Fiction, Cross Tag Battle, and its extension game Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, the fighting game scene is looking bright for Arc System Works. But what about the friendly cohesion between Capcom and SNK as of late? Yes fam, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves introducing Ken and an expectant Chun-Li in the early week of November, and also with Terry and Mai opening the forbidden door into Metro City, and the subtle reference to the line, "The story writes out itself." We can't help it for our imagination to run wild at a possible Capcom vs SNK 3. In conclusion, in this FGC world, where the Exodus has been favoring the FGC in more ways than one, with new titles like Avatar Legends, Marvel TOKON, 2XKO, the revival of the old classic FG titles are no longer a distant imagination. Bringing back the nostalgic feel of fighting game titles in the friendly fire of new fighting game entries is an exciting time. So fam, in the thoughts below, what are some of your favorite games that you want to see revived in this ever-changing fighting game scene? Let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in more content on game remakes and what other games are taking the world of the FGC, comment below fam. Engage with your boy on the socials, and for those who aren't subscribed, be a part of the YouTube family and be notified on when I post next. Thank you for watching. That is it for the possibilities of how important bringing back old fighting games could do for the ever-changing FGC. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games. I'll check you guys on the next video. Away!